Welcome to the Skeptic Zone, the podcast from Australia for science and reason.
Yes, it's the Skeptic Zone podcast, episode number 929 for the 26th of July, 2026. Richard Saunders coming to you from the Skeptic Zone studios here in Sydney, Australia. And my goodness me, what a big few days it has been here in Sydney. This is the first day after Nauticon. The Skeptic's Guide to the Universe rogues and special guests flew all the way to Australia. And indeed, as I speak to you, they're preparing for their trip to New Zealand. But we had Nauticon, and it was an outrageous success. Hundreds of people showing up. We were all run off our feet in the best possible way. And over the next weeks, we have so many interviews and insights from Nauticon with Maynard. Maynard was there on the scene with his microphone, interviewing everybody twice. And you'll be hearing from Maynard later on in this show, where he talks to people on day one of Nauticon, which was called the board meeting, where everybody was playing board games. A great way to kick off the convention. Find out more towards the end of the show. But we're going to kick off this week's show with something that happened just yesterday at Nauticon, and that was the announcing of the Australian Skeptics Bent Spoon Award. This is for the perpetrator of the most preposterous piece of paranormal or pseudoscientific biffle. Who won? Well, you might already know because it's public knowledge, but I'll wait. I won't say it just now in case you don't know, but coming up, Jessica Singer, the president of Australian Skeptics, and I announced the winner of the Bent Spoon live from the stage at Nauticon. And after that, I'm joined in a cafe, or just outside of a cafe on the street there, nice tables under umbrellas, by Annie McCubbin from the Why Smart Women podcast, Kate Thomas, our reporter, also from the On The Mones podcast, and a special guest, Dr Angela Mattke, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Angela was here for Nauticon. We all get together and we speak about woo, especially woo in pharmacies and all sorts of other topics. Why Smart Women on the Moan Zone coming up in the middle of the show. And as I mentioned before, rounding off the show, Maynard at Nauticon at the board meeting. Now, in front of me here, I have two amazing items which were given to me by fans of the Skeptic Zone, which I am absolutely over the moon about. The first one is a long bit of stick here, curved at the end, and I was told by Peter Newing, who gave it to me, that it's a witch finder. Oh yes, if I point this at somebody and the tip turns red, that person is a witch, or a psychic, or a water diviner, or whatever you want. And so far I've pointed it at lots of people, and the tip has not turned red. So I think it's working pretty well. The second one is a remarkable little object given to me by Darren Snodgrass at the convention. Darren is a blacksmith, and he has made, and I'll just take it out of its little pouch, little leather pouch here, a tiny axe. It's about, guessing maybe 1/6 or 1/5 scale model axe. There we go. It looks like one of those axes from the old medieval movies. It's a cheese cutter. Isn't that amazing? Complete with instructions on cleaning and caring. So Peter and Darren, both of you, thank you very much. So nice to have fans of the Skeptic Zone at Nauticon, and thank you to all the fans of the show who came up to say hello to myself and Maynard. And this little axe, by the way, comes from Tate Studios in South Australia. Now, just before we start the show, also in this week's show notes, you'll find a link to an interview with me in TV Week, Australia's TV magazine. And they were interested in finding out my memories of when I did the one TV show almost 20 years ago. And the reporter was very kind, and she thought that the show should come back. I wasn't sure what to think about that. Anyway, you can read that interview Just follow the link at skepticzone.tv. And a big shout out to my teacher friends in Victoria who actually took action, industrial action in the past week, going on strike and marching in the streets. And I think that was courageous and the right thing to do, because I always say that teachers need more recognition and certainly more income. Their job is not easy. And I know many of them love the fact that they're teachers, and it's a wonderful thing to do, but they certainly need our support. Anyway, now it's time for me to run down the steps and start the day with a nice hot coffee and a bit of toast. While I do that, I hope you enjoy the Skeptic Zone.
Here it comes. Whew.
Maynard with the bent spoon.
Maynard with the bent spoon. Yay!
Never pick it up by the spoon.
No, it just comes straight off. I've done that. So I'm Jessica Singer, and I am president of Australian Skeptics in New South Wales. So first, I would like to say how delighted and honoured we are to host the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe with George and Andrea and Brian at this wonderful, fantastic Nauticon. So it's wonderful to welcome SGU and their guests to Australia, as always, again.
I'll walk now.
And look, of course, I think we're all agreed, if any of them want to stay, claim asylum, they'd be most welcome.
Please.
It's great to connect with overseas skeptical friends, of course, but we actually don't need to import our skepticism. Skepticism has had a long and proud history in Australia, at least from the late 1970s, early 80s. At the Australian Skeptics website, which is www.skeptics.com.au, you can find local events in Sydney, Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne, even Armidale. So do look up your local groups, support your local groups. This grassroots support is so important, and we need it more than ever in today's world. Now, on to the bent spoon. It's a bit dusty, Richard. Didn't you clean it? It lives at his place, so.
What, the recipients don't accept it?
No. For the benefit of the room, no. For some reason, the recipients don't accept it, or they don't come and collect it anyway. So it lives with Richard.
It's too heavy.
Yeah, that too. Yes, it's heavy because it's made of gopher wood from the original Noah's Ark, of course. And the spoon itself has been personally bent by Uri Geller. Yeah. So, bit of background on the spoon. It is the Australian Skeptics annual award for the most preposterous piece of paranormal or pseudo-scientific piffle. And it's given out each year to a person or a group or a product that makes claims that fly in the face of science, reason, logic, and common sense, of course. So past winners over the last 45 years include Barbara O'Neill. She's a quack natural health practitioner who's now banned from practicing in Australia. UFO fanboy, Ross Coulthard. The TV chef who's gone completely off the reservation, Pete Evans, the Chiropractors Association of Australia, and the Pharmacists of Australia, who sometimes manage to forget that their scientific training long enough to sell their quackery and their snake oil in their pharmacies. I mean, to be fair, they are trying to run businesses as well, so that's often what sells. So, the runners-up this year, before we go to the the winner. Runners-up, we were inundated with nominations this year. Unbelievable. So there is the Vivacious Living Centre in Perth for charging clients to diagnose and treat their illnesses using an unregistered body scanning device from Russia called the Metatron NLS. Based on frequencies. Monica and Lisa Schmidt for reselling via their online shop an orgone energy device that claims to protect you and your families from EMF radiation. Excuse me while I just roll my eyes. Somebody called David the Medium, yet another in a very long line of stage mediums who claim to chat with the dead. And somebody called Chesi Denia, who claims to get messages from hundreds of ghosts. So, for the announcement of the winner, I will now hand over to the famous, the wonderful, the amazing Richard Saunders.
Yes, it does live in my place. I inherited the bench spoon, and every so often it grows because we have to add a new layer to accommodate all the winners. So this year's winner, you heard some of the nominations. We did have a spectacular number. This year's winner of the Bench Spoon Award is somebody who claims to get messages from murdered children and their killers via a broken radio called a spirit box. The winner is Dolly Adamson of Kyneton Paranormal, and it is no applause, you go. And to read from the press release, here we go. That wasn't in the press release. Maybe that was the ghost over there, I don't know. There were, worthy nominations, but the clear winner was Dolly Adamson of Kyneton Paranormal. Kyneton is a town just north of Melbourne, am I right? Yep, for those people who know. And Richard Saunders is quoted in the press release, actually. Making money by pretending to talk to the ghost of Great Aunt Mary is one thing, but claiming to get messages from murdered children is a new low, said Richard Saunders, challenge coordinator and investigator from Australian Skeptics Inc. The dead don't talk, but money does. Just quickly, amongst her other claims is she claims to be in touch with Princess Diana, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Michael Hutchins, Heath Ledger, Kurt Cobain, Marilyn Monroe, Nancy Guthrie, good grief, Harold Holt, the missing Prime Minister, Chopper Reed, Joan of Arc, Ned Kelly. Hello, Ned. The passengers of MH370 and the passengers from the Marie Celeste. Are you there? Anyway. This year's unworthy winner, Dolly Adamson.
We should also say she's the woman that claimed to be in touch with Desi Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the guy who killed the cops went on the run, and she claimed to be in touch with him. But it then transpired that at the time she said she was in touch with his spirit because he was dead. He was actually still alive and still on the run because they caught him eventually, alive and well.
And then, and then they killed him. He didn't see that coming, neither did Dolly Adamson. All right.
Anyway, so the bench spoon will be over on the table there in all its glory for you to come and have a look at and boo at. And thank you again, everybody. It's wonderful to see everybody here at this wonderful Nauticon. And
Thank you.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's like a doorstop.
It is. It looks amazing.
Oh, yum, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too, but Annie, anytime you want to kick off.
Okay. Well, hello, smart women, and welcome back to a very, very special... I'll try that again. Special. Special. Well, hello, smart women, and welcome back to a very special combinatorial episode where we have the wise smart women, the Skeptic Zone, and On The Mones podcasts all combined. So how have we combined it, Richard? What's the actual... What are we going to call it then? Why?
Well, we have an embarrassment of riches. We could call it the Why Smart Women Are On The Mones Zone.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Why smart women are on the Mones Zone. Okay, that's where we are today, listeners. So for people that are not residing in Australia, and thank you so much for tuning in, we also have a very, very special guest from the United States of America. Good morning.
Good morning.
Angela, would you like to introduce yourself and say what you're doing here and what your job is and how amazing you are?
Well, sure. You got the time?
Yes, where do you start?
No. So, I literally just flew in this morning from the U.S. I came down to Australia to go to the Nauticon being put on by the Skeptics Guide to the Universe in conjunction with the Australian Skeptics. So I'm extremely excited to be here. And then I'll also be stalking them over to the New Zealand Skeptics meeting as well. So that will be my first time to New Zealand.
Your very first time to New Zealand. Where is it in New Zealand? Is it in Wellington?
No, it's in Christchurch. And,
beautiful.
I'm flying to Auckland first, where I plan to go jump off a bridge. As one does.
As you do.
Yeah.
Go to Auckland, jump off a bridge.
Precisely.
Seems sensible.
Yeah.
Now, I've known Dr. Angela for, well, the best part of 20 years, almost 20 years.
We were doing the math today. And we've determined that's pretty close to the actual time frame.
And I met her first in Atlanta, Georgia, where I went to speak at what they call DragonCon.
Yes, I know DragonCon.
I don't know DragonCon.
Explain DragonCon, please, to the DragonCon novice over here, busily eating her eggs. Do go on.
It's like a huge combination of pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, art, science.
It's one of the world's largest pop culture science fiction fantasy conventions.
Sounds fun.
And it's in Atlanta every Labor Day weekend. And I am the assistant director of the Skeptic track there.
Wow.
But it's colossal. I mean, when I went almost 20 years ago, it was colossal. And when I went in 2017, it was twice as colossal. I can't imagine what it's like now.
It's still pretty big. We did take a hit because of COVID. We had numbers that decreased, but they're back up to where they were pre-COVID.
Right. So the commonality between all of us here, broadcasting from Roseville, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia.
Give them a go. Calibrate coffee.
And we are at a very nice cafe that's called Calibrate Cafe.
Yep.
So if you are roaming around the Roseville area, or Chatswood, do pop in for a coffee. But the commonality between all of us is that we are all highly skeptical and trying to, I suppose, fight the scourge of disinformation that is currently flooding.
What did you say earlier, or Kate or somebody? We're all anti-woo? No, anti-wellness.
Wellness.
We're strongly anti-wellness. And speaking of that, last night on Four Corners, which is an ABC production here in Australia, they were talking about... that's a sulphur-crested cockatoo making that noise, by the way. Quiet.
Yes.
Elegant. Yeah, that's right. They were talking about the misnomer, I think, of longevity and what people are doing to try and embrace longevity. And one of the things they're doing is taking peptides. Do you want to talk about peptides? You got any interest in peptides? Yeah, she's laughing now and looking depressed.
Yeah, not much to say, is there?
I need to know a bit about peptides. I don't know much about it.
So, what is a peptide? It's a short chain.
A short chain of amino acids.
Amino acid. And at the moment, it is being absolutely... it's exploded. I don't know what it's like in the States, but here in Australia, it is exploded across the internet, mainly due to clueless influencers that are unpacking it in a very excited manner, shoveling it into themselves.
I want to discuss. Sorry,
yeah.
I've cut you off.
Yeah, do. Just cut me off,
But
because
I
I'd like to have my toast.
Yes, have your toast. I want to get, and I'll just talk for a little bit, Dr. Angie, while you get that mouthful in. But I want Dr. Angie's opinion on. So last night on The Report, Norman Swan, Dr. Norman Swan was, he was interviewing a whole lot of different people, but he interviewed the Chief Medical Officer of the TGA, which is, you probably know, Dr. Angie, it's our equivalent of the FDA.
Therapeutic Goods Administration.
So he was interviewing the Chief Medical Officer and really saying to her, why is it that the TGA has not got better control over these illegal substances that are being prescribed? To which she said, it's not the TGA's responsibility to regulate prescribing, that's APRA, which is our health professional regulatory body. Which I suppose is true, but when she said it, it sounded so much like shirking of that responsibility. Yeah. It sounded so weak to me that she was like, well, we always let practitioners prescribe with a certain amount of leeway, and it's down to the practitioner and how confident they feel, but then also knowing that they have given the patient enough information to make an informed consent, like of the risks. Just found that crazy.
Okay.
Good.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is something to be said for giving physicians leeway for clinical judgment, because there are quite a few things that we use off-label in that sense. So one of my favorite examples is colchicine was prescribed for gout for a century, and then they actually did some testing to verify that it was effective against gout, pulled it off, and then reissued it a patent on it, so the price went up dramatically. We had known that it worked for almost 100 years, and I actually think that's kind of unethical to reissue it under a new administrative use, under a new use. The FDA was able to grant a specific recommendation for gout based on those studies.
But colchicine was FDA approved.
It was, but not for that particular use. And so when they took it and actually did the trials, this happened probably 20 years ago or something, and then when they reissued it under this particular usage, they were able to put it at the higher price.
But these peptides aren't approved at all, for nothing, for no use, for laboratory use only.
Yeah.
And it's on the grey market. They say it's all the grey market. And when they actually took these peptides and took it into a lab, sometimes it only had, same as we know this is what happens with supplements, right? That they might have only had 46% instead of the 100%.
Or zero.
And there was one, it was absolutely zero.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not only that, they can cause cancer and all sorts of stuff. So it was sort of. And what can you explain about the blue?
No, because they were putting toxic levels of copper in. Toxic levels of copper.
To make it blue.
To make the solution look blue.
Because that sounds like a great idea.
Great idea.
Right. So the people, then you've got an influencer opening the box, and there it is, and it's in a blue vial, and it looks like it's really going to make them. What's it meant to do, a peptide? Make you strong?
I think
and make you young.
It depends on the peptides. So some are meant to help you regenerate after your workout. Some are meant to help you, I don't know,
look amazing. Bulk up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it was very interesting, and we've been aware for quite a while that peptides are an absolute nightmare, and they're a scourge, because as we know, they can cause a lot of damage, can't they?
Well, unregulated growth in the body that you don't know what is going. Oh, that man's just started.
Someone in a Hilux.
How rude! Is trying to leave his parking spot.
Off you go.
Up you go.
Bye. See ya.
We really are on the side of the street.
Yes,
here,
we really are.
Let's come to this. We're podcasting from the side of the
Yeah, we
sidewalk.
really are.
So put a little hat out for contributions.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yep. So that was that, and I guess more broadly, we're just anti-wellness. We're just,
Well,
generally-
are they getting around that by being by selling it as supplements, or are they prescription only?
No, they're prescription only. And so the lady that he was interviewing had an on-screen medical appointment with. She was on her phone. So it was all audio, and she got prescribed a peptide stack, but the prescription that she got, so her supplement and whatever, didn't have a doctor's signature on it, but it had been prescribed by this online doctor.
an online
was-
doctor, and then he asked her a number of pointless questions. How old are you?
Have you tried sleeping better?
Yeah.
Are you exercising? Are you eating well?
Da 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 da.
Well, those are all relevant questions
They
for
are.
a doctor to ask.
They
but
are.
But to end up then prescribing a useless, possibly
Well, it just sounded
dangerous
very
peptide.
performative.
So, Richard,
Yes.
over to you.
Hello.
Hello.
So yesterday I was in the pharmacy, as we often find ourselves in pharmacies for one reason or another.
Yes.
And
To get your TGA registered, scientifically
Yeah,
proven
yes.
medicines.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And
for encroaching on your space, but the sun is quite bright.
Yeah, move along.
I then suddenly got boiling, so I've had to move away. Don't take it personally. I do like you.
the day's moving on.
I'm like moving in on her like an iceberg, like a glacier.
You're in the chemist.
I'm in the chemist, and to the side of the counter there, they had some disused boxes they get their supplies in. With when the packets are all gone, they get rid of the boxes, recycle, I guess. And this particular box happened to be from a company called Brower Natural Medicine. Now,
Brower.
Brower make other things too, don't they?
And how is Brower spelt?
AUR.
I think.
I think so.
Brower.
I've got a picture
Not
right here.
Bauer.
Not Bauer.
Oh, not Bauer. I'm confusing
Bauer.
it.
No, you're confusing Brower with Bauer.
I am.
BRAUER. Bauer. Brower. Sorry.
Brower. So it looks like Bauer,
It does.
which is maybe a bit scammy.
It sucked me in. I thought we
Now-
were talking about.
Right. But this company is based in South Australia, and they primarily make homeopathic stuff.
Lovely for
which
them.
you can find in pharmacies.
So they don't make anything.
They
They make water.
So they make
Nothing.
But
nothing.
what got me about this packaging was I was just mindlessly looking at it, and there it says, powered by black elderberry, backed by science.
Let's repeat that. Powered by Go.
Black elderberry,
Okay.
backed by science.
course it
Backed by
is.
science.
Now,
Is it though?
I laughed.
Yeah, is it though?
I laughed out loud because I know this company for peddling sugar water and pretending it's medicine, and they've been doing it for years. So when I saw anything to do with this company and they're claiming it's backed by science, made me really laugh. And it reminded me that, maybe the best part of 20 years ago, the Australian Skeptics gave their Ben Spoon Award to the pharmacies of Australia who forget their morals long enough to sell quackery and homeopathy and things like that. And of course, you can go into pharmacies now. Not every pharmacy, I guess.
Most, I reckon.
Most.
Here is me sucking myself from every potential job I may ever apply for.
Yeah.
It's true.
And you can
It's true. Poor
you can
Kate.
find to
Firing myself in advance.
call a duck. You can find quackery in pharmacies, but that's how they have to make a lot of money. Kate.
Is it though, Richard? Why can't they be a wine bar? Why couldn't
That's an
they sell?
outstanding idea.
Why could
I
they not
like this.
sell gardening equipment like tools, or I don't know? Why could they not be a boutique fashion shop? Like, why does it have to be?
I don't know what that was.
Something that can
Medicine.
really hurt somebody.
It could be a cafe, couldn't it? It doesn't have to be all that rubbish.
Or the woo. I've also seen the bracelets made out of copper bracelets
Yep.
for arthritis. You can
Or
get in
ear
pharmacies.
candles,
Ear
as
candles.
you.
Ear
Yeah, I know.
candles.
There's a whole.
Yeah.
Even this last week, I was in a pharmacy and there on the shelf were ear candles.
So I'm giving a
What
present.
actually is an ear candle?
You stick it in your ear?
Yeah.
How rude!
Well, don't please don't.
No, don't. That's true.
Please don't.
Sorry,
Here it
Dr.
is.
Angie.
And you-
You explain.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So it's a candle that people put in their ears.
Yeah.
And it's hollow, I think.
And it's hollow, and you are supposed to set it on fire.
The other end.
In your
order to-
ear?
Yeah,
In your
because
ear.
that
The other,
sounds like
the way
what
the end
could
is.
possibly go wrong. And it is supposed to draw out, I don't know what, toxins or some
Toxins,
magic
ear
Yeah.
toxins.
Yeah. Or
Probably
some
a
other
mind
BS. Some other BS. Anyway, so, but it's supposed to do magic, and
Yeah.
I'm not clear on.
It's meant to-
I've heard a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But I actually
By
had
pressure or something.
at a hairdresser that I used to go to in Atlanta. They were very proud that they were going to be able to offer ear candling. And I sent an email. I said, please don't do this.
Thanks,
this
Chris.
is a terrible idea. It can cause burns. It can cause injury, to permanent injury to tympanic membranes. Please don't do this. And
Can you
they-
explain tympanic membranes?
Oh, I'm sorry, the eardrum. You can actually damage
So
the eardrum.
it sounds like you could look. So it drips down. Something drips into your ear.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Possibly.
Meant,
It's not meant to,
But
it
how do you
could.
get it out? I don't know.
Well, it's a long
No.
candle, and you're supposed to set it on the end that's outside the ear on fire, and you put it
sounds
out
great.
before it approaches the skin, I guess. But
The first time I saw it was at a Mind Body Wallet, Mind Body Spirit Expo.
Yep.
And I looked and I thought, this can't be.
And they're
What are these
selling them in
people doing?
chemists.
It's something to do with pressure, isn't it? Like,
well, that's their hypothesis.
Yeah.
They claim it draws out stuff.
Yeah.
Of course it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
it's
it
not
does.
But this particular set of ear candles I discovered just the other day, Australian handcrafted ear candles intended to provide a sense of well-being and relaxation.
Intended to provide.
That's the
It's
only
all
claim.
vague.
I
It's
love
all
that.
vague nonsense.
And on the back of the
Right.
packet, in big letters, this is not a medical device.
It
Well,
is
This is in big
definitely
letters.
not medical advice.
Well, bigger
What does
letters.
it say? Do not reinsert candle if for some reason it comes out of the ear canal. Oh, single use only. Oh, I see. They're worried about infection control. Got it.
Oh,
Got it.
Yes, that's a really
Got it.
interesting
Important.
thing for them to worry about.
Thank goodness.
And there's just so much to your point, Dr. Angie, in the language. So the language is vague,
But so soothing.
so soothing, but also back to the peptide things. This idea of a stack. You know, then the notion of stack then evokes some sort of notion of being stacked and being
Better.
ripped and,
Yeah.
and better, and it's
Maxed.
like all
Maxed.
maxed. So it's very interesting the language that's used, and then of course our brains, the brains just suck that up. The human brain just loves that, right?
Yeah, well, I was watching Four Corners last night thinking, actually, I mean, it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? You can have something that helps you recover faster from the gym or make your skin more glowy or whatever. I'm telling you, the second they're TGA listed, I'm going to be on them all.
Yeah.
For the benefit of listeners in Australia, of course, you can watch that episode of Four Corners on the ABC iView.
But back to your point, Richard. Like one of the things with the elderberry is, if you're not cooking it, you can actually get diarrhea and abdominal pain and nausea and vomiting. So,
Yeah.
What's the
if
point of
you're-
elderberry, Dr. Angie?
Well, if you want to induce nausea or vomiting or diarrhea, you can eat it raw.
Lovely. But what do you think they're using it for? What's
Well,
the
they're
claim?
claiming that antioxidants are
Oh,
there,
I
but
see.
you can get that anywhere, and too much antioxidants is actually not a good thing.
No, and also, what does that even mean? Like,
I don't know. A lot
What does antioxidant mean?
well, I suppose it means
Oxidative stress on cells
means
is
not
what is
free radical.
believed to be responsible for aging, and to some extent there is some truth to that. But you do need oxidative
Yeah,
functions because
right.
that's how your cells clean up.
This is the product in
Right.
question.
Uh-huh.
Brower Immune Plus Black Elderberry. There we go.
Oh, we've spoken about boosting your immune
Boosting your
system
immune
before
system.
as if it's like a Wi-Fi signal
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
can just boost it.
Yeah, don't it boost? You don't want an autoimmune disease.
No, exactly.
But as I say, this is from the company who have been selling magic sugar pills for years and getting away with it, you know. In fact, I mean, over 20 years ago, 2004, we had a convention here in Sydney, and I went out and I bought to the chemist, and I bought a big packet of sleeping tablets from this company. And it's the classic thing where you open up the whole packet and eat the lot.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Because they don't work.
it's
Oh,
the
I see.
sugar.
Because they're lollies. Yeah, I
It's the
see what you
lollies,
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the candy, yeah.
yeah.
So what are they hoping for? Just placebo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sleep's a great one for placebo,
Yeah, it
isn't
really
it? Because
is.
it's so ritualistic.
Yep.
You read the packet, it sends you off to sleep, apparently.
I'm presenting at the PSA conference at the end of this month, and the PSA is our Pharmaceutical Society of Australia, and they have just released their new code of ethics. And I'm giving a plenary session
Oh my God, are you?
on how unethical it is to sell things in pharmacies that you know doesn't work. So do you think I'm ever going to work in this country again?
Never.
No, me neither.
Oh, I want to be there.
I want to be there too.
There too.
Yeah,
I'll come along and I'll swallow bottles and bottles of sleeping tablets.
Or you could just be my security, Richard, to help escort me off the stage so that I can make it back to my car.
We could say, you could be talking on my friend Richard's here. He went into your pharmacy and he bought sleeping tablets. Richard, come up. Hello.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Because there's absolutely no. I feel quite confident and calm about it because.
What, giving the talk?
Yes, because what's the argument? You know phenylephrine doesn't work.
You know homeopathy doesn't work.
And if you know that...
It does if you give it IV.
Yes, that does. That's right. So you know that oral phenylephrine doesn't work. If you don't know that, then you shouldn't shouldn't be working.
Yeah.
If you do know that, then you shouldn't be selling it. So where do you sit on...
Hang on, explain the difference. So there's phenylephrine, which doesn't work.
It doesn't
for
work if you take
orally.
it orally for nasal decongestion.
And why is that?
Well, because it just doesn't work. But
It's not
what
absorbed.
does work?
It's too metabolized.
The medication does not work if you give it orally.
You don't get enough of it absorbed, and I think it's metabolized. I think it's metabolized away.
Yeah. So it's got to go through first pass through the liver, and it metabolizes. But when you give it IV, we're giving it for blood pressure in that situation. So it does increase blood pressure if you give it IV. So we do it sometimes in ICU patients.
So what does work in terms of nasal decongestion?
We use pseudoephedrine.
So, which
does
is
work.
to my untrained
Yeah,
ear,
they
sound very, very similar.
They do.
If I went into a chemist, you could give either of those things to me,
Correct.
except that I'd ring you, or I'd ring you in America. That could be quite expensive to ask you the difference, but still, I'd give it a shot.
These days.
Asleep. That's the only thing. But
Yeah, just text you and
Just
go.
text me. Yeah.
Please tell me the difference. And that's the problem: is the languaging around it is really confusing, and I'm skeptical, and I get confused, right?
Yeah. Well, you can video call for free these days, of course.
I'll do that now.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time I go into a chemist, wait for my call.
Well,
It's
I work
Annie
nights.
again.
I work nights.
Okay, so it's gonna
that'll
work.
be
So it
a
might work
perfect
out.
time for
You'll
you.
be saving somebody, right? You'll be
Yeah.
doing CPR, and
Hold on,
it'll
I
be
gotta
me.
take this call.
it's an important call.
Whenever we Dr.
team.
Angie and a group of friends,
Lovely and clean.
we play golf sometimes on the headsets. You know,
Excuse me?
we play virtual golf.
Okay,
Oh, that's really cute.
that is
Yeah.
sort of cute.
But we say, okay, we've got a little group. Who wants to play? They say, oh yeah, I can make it. Dr. Angie says, sorry, I'm fighting Darwin.
Fighting Darwin. Yeah.
Trying to keep people removing themselves from the gene pool.
My Instagram feed at the moment seems to be X-rays, emergency department X-rays. God, they're brilliant. Love them so much.
What so say all that again? I split off. I was looking at that sign that said Via Rustica.
There's this great one, and what is it when the vertebrae just slightly slide? It's called something.
Subluxation.
Yes. So he's standing in front of a.
Oh, just a chiropractor.
He's standing in front of no. It's a radiologist, and he's presenting this this scan, and so he's got it behind him and on the light box, and he's saying, "Have you noticed the slight subluxation between L whatever? Oh, sorry, were you completely was your attention taken away by the enormous cucumber, or you know?" And he's like, "Yes, this was a male
So
patient."
subluxation is a real medical term? I thought it was
It is.
a chiropractic term.
Well, they've sort of been squishy about the definition of it for years, and have finally settled on it as a functional definition in the chiropractic literature, such as it is. But there is such a thing as subluxation in actual medical radiological
I'm
terms.
going to find it for you now.
Yeah.
Oh, so they've just co-opted it.
They co-opted
and misused it.
and misused it.
And it's now central to everything.
Correct.
So any condition that you have is because
Because of
your
the
subluxation has not
yes.
been eradicated.
No, but like if you felt that kind of sagging of your shoulder joint, like when it feels like it's going to pop out almost.
Made me sit up straight when you
that's
said
called,
that. Yeah.
Well, that's a subluxation. Like if you're.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, that's called a subluxation.
Oh, Richard, we've learned something
Oh, we
today.
have?
Many things we've learned.
I always learn
darling,
something.
Look at
Well-
Mia.
You're such
Sweet little dog.
a dog.
Dog just walked
I'm a
past.
dog sook, according to my husband.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a dog
Our
sook.
friend Lara is a big dog sook, I must say.
She's she even forgives my dog, the Black Assassin, who sits in dark and stares at me overnight, plotting my murder. planning your murder. She does.
That's what the Skeptic Zone cats do, actually.
But Lara loves
They're going to
her.
eat your eyeballs first.
They will, yes. Squishy bits. Hello, what's this? But yes, you're fighting Darwin quite often, Dr. Angie, in Ohio mostly, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I live in Atlanta, but I work in Ohio.
How much sort of woo do you come across of people saying, I don't want to take that because I'm on a special supplement, or I don't want a vaccine? How much of that do you see when it comes down to emergency? I imagine that's different.
Well, it is and it isn't. When people come to the emergency department, often they've tried those things and they didn't work. And there's always a little piece in my mind that says, like, why did you come to me?
Yeah.
Then if you don't believe what I have can work. But I'll hear people say, like, I don't like pills, and I'm like, well, that's what I've got. So how can I help you? And
Yeah.
So, but I do have to shut that piece down in order to maintain my curiosity about what the situation is, so that I can hopefully help them. So
People have gone through the whole alt-med wellness thing before they arrive to you, and that nothing's worked.
sometimes, yeah,
It must be
Sometimes.
very frustrating, though, is it?
it can be. It definitely can be. And then there are others that I can sometimes reach. Like, for example, one of my favorite examples was a patient that had a rash from their power band, and I explained to them.
Unpack power band, please, Richard.
Richard, why don't you tell us the story about the power band?
Very quickly.
Go, no, not too quickly. You want to hear all the details.
All right.
It sounds
Around
great.
2008, a company decided to basically swindle people by claiming that a plastic wristband with a little hologram in it, like the credit card holograms, if you wore it, it would increase your balance, your strength, your flexibility, your blood, just vague sort of things.
Yeah, it worked for me. It's
It
why I'm
worked for
so
me.
amazing today.
And they would demonstrate it by doing what we call applied kinesiology body tests. In other words, people would put out their arm and
yeah.
they'd press down on the arm, and you say, "Oh, look, you see, you're sort of a bit weak."
No, but you have to hold some butter or something when you're doing this. Is that thing where you hold a raisin or butter?
But what they'd do then is they'd say, "Now wear this band," and they'd do the test again, and lo and behold,
you
the
could
person's
hold.
strong.
You could be strong.
Now this is a trick. You do this trick on people by applying different pressure and understanding the center of gravity.
So just for people, because it is audio, Richard had his arm out to the side, and what they do is they will press on the arm while you're holding something. Then your arm goes down, and then they put the bracelet on, and then they apply pressure on the arm in a different spot, you're saying.
In a subtly different way.
And so then you can actually hold the arm straight and it doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
And this is meant to indicate that the arm, that the band, the bracelet is efficacious.
But there's a whole
and making you stronger.
Making you stronger.
or whatever.
Or weaker,
Without
or
going to
whatever.
the gym.
Yeah.
But there's a whole industry called applied kinesiology. It's a quack industry called applied kinesiology. We've looked at something online.
We have.
Where people run courses and they're all there pushing patients' arms
people's-
down and
yeah.
pretending to. Here's the thing. I think a lot of them really think it works.
Is that the guy flapping his thing around?
That sounds really
Hang on.
No, that was
Where are
your
we going?
Saturday night.
Kate,
You saw that video, yes.
that's hurt my stomach.
Sorry, he knows what I mean.
Kate is
Well, there was
talking about-
wait. In my defense, there was a hand gesture accompanying
was.
that comment.
I don't think that makes it any better, does it?
Kate was-
It was the only logical conclusion to draw.
Now, the thing this guy was
Wrong group,
flapping
Kate.
around, it's called a biotensor. It's based on the same principle as water divining.
Do
and water
tell us,
dowsing.
and what do you
It's
flap
a long,
about?
It's a long wire with a springy bit on it, and you hold it and it wobbles a lot. Well, okay.
Sorry, I've ruined it.
She broke me.
That's it.
And
You flap it around.
you
Go on.
flap it around, and owing to the exaggeration of the wobble, you can diagnose somebody's illnesses.
I've seen it.
You know?
You have seen it.
It's a guy in the library.
What?
Or a bookshop, and he was flapping it around.
I cannot.
It's inappropriate.
I can't help but think that Richard may have just invented a new form of woo.
I reckon someone's already done it.
No, you can't. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Anyway, to get back to the basis, yes. So this company was selling these wristbands, doing these dodgy tests.
And the flappy thing.
And I went on TV, and all I did was apply the Australian distributor to a double-blind test.
Yeah.
And he failed 6 out of 6 tests.
Yeah.
And that began the ball rolling, the snowball rolling, which led to the company going into liquidation.
Wow, good job, Richard. Good job. Big round of applause for Richard.
And if people want to see that, I'll add a link in this week's show notes. They can see me on TV in 2009.
My God.
Debunking
Is
this
your
stuff.
hair a different colour?
My hair was a different colour.
It was indeed.
But anyway, so sorry, back to Dr. Angie. So your
Well,
patient
that's
had
perfectly relevant because I had that video available, and this patient was absolutely convinced by this magic trick that these people had been doing and sold him a power band. But he was having a reaction to the plastic or the silicone, whatever
my
it was.
God.
He had a rash from it,
Right.
and I was absolutely convinced it was due to this bracelet contacting his skin. And he explained how convinced he had been by this demonstration. And I not only pulled up the video, but I gave him my stethoscope to hold and demonstrated this trick that Richard had taught me.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
Yeah.
he took the band off and threw it away.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
So-
No, it made me happy
One
too.
of the businesses that we were looking at a little while ago, I think they're based right here in this suburb, aren't they? One of the applied kinesiology practices.
I don't know.
I think so.
Yes, I think that's right.
I think they are, yeah. And they advertise courses, and you can pay a lot of money to pretend,
Well, they were advertising it at the Woo Woo Fair, weren't they? For sure.
at the Woo Woo Fair, yes. Mind, Body, Wallet, that's right.
I like the woo-woo fair.
It's the Woo Woo Fair.
But, this is one thing I've done, Dr. Angie. I've introduced Kate and Annie to Mind, Body, Spirit.
Mind, body, wallet.
To
Mind,
get
body,
over it,
wallet.
I had to go and lie down outside. I was so bored.
You've never been back.
I can't go near it again. It
You've been back.
It just
Yeah.
disturbs me emotionally because of that. It's like watching the thing on longevity last night on the 7:30 report. It's the certainty in their voices when they're talking about the woo. And of course, we know that certainty circumvents the critical thinking skills. We know that somebody that's certain and who's charismatic, the brain just shuts down and goes, "Oh, that sounds great," because they're promising the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And when people, the general public, go to Mind, Body, Wallet, they assume people behind all the stalls know what they're talking about.
Yes, and then they
Yes.
sound
And they
like they
assume
do.
that it works.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm at the point now where it seems to me irrelevant whether or not the person believes it or not. It's like irrelevant. It's still
yeah.
dangerous.
Still,
It's just
At
dangerous.
the end of the day, they're still selling quackery. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if you believe it. Get a grip on yourself and apply some critical thinking, you idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where I've
That's why
landed.
you're not an emergency doctor.
That is
Well,
correct.
the other thing is how persistent they can be. So I was actually at a medical conference a couple of years ago, and someone was selling one of these, peptide-based, it was a moisture thing, but then they had this
Moisture.
light therapy thing. I
Oh,
don't
the
even-
red light thing?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it didn't matter because I wouldn't talk to him. But every time I came into because they were stationed right outside the conference room, they were a sponsor for the conference.
But isn't
And-
that just illegal?
No.
Or is that paid for it?
I
Haven't
don't
they?
know. Well, they paid for a table
Shush up.
to advertise.
Not you,
I mean, I
Miss-
think it's unethical
The
for
bird.
them.
Yeah, the bird's
The
going
bird.
nuts.
Okay,
out
I'll
there.
stop talking. She's yelling at me.
She's
now.
it's a sulfur-crystal cockatoo, and they make a noise. They go, Philip!
Philip?
They go, Philip! They do. You listen. Wait, he's not going to do it now. Okay.
Nope,
do
he's
go
not.
on.
Well, anyway, so
They're outside the venue.
they're outside the venue, and
Selling some
every
crap.
time I would try to come through, he would try to get me to come over to the table, and I said no so many times. I wouldn't even listen to his spiel. I wasn't interested. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I picked up one of the brochures, I read it, and it was nonsense, and so I put it back in. But he kept trying to chase me to get me to.
But that's
Come on.
interesting that they're trying to pitch that to doctors.
Well, doctors are humans, just like everyone. I mean, it's not everyone that does the sort of research into the critical thinking. I mean, yes, we do have a little bit of extra.
You've got science
Armor.
degrees, huh?
Yeah.
It just really confuses me. You're sciencey.
I also have colleagues who are into acupuncture.
No.
Yeah, I know it's heartbreaking.
But with it, once you've done
Not a lot of them,
Okay.
granted, not a lot of them, but there are some. It's a
Yeah.
non-zero. I think it should be 0, but
It should be 0.
I think that
No.
cockatoo needs some acupuncture.
That must be loud through your earphones.
Oh, very loud through the earphones.
That's okay. It sets the scene.
This is a genuine on-the-street podcast recording.
Yes.
You can tell because of the
Precisely.
bloody cockatoos.
The cockatoos, the cars, the trucks, people with dogs that keep distracting me.
How about that?
That was lovely.
I think we can, if it's all right with everybody, have another sip of our coffee and wrap things up.
Yeah.
We've had a
Okay.
lovely talk here.
We
today.
have had a very, very...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
I don't know who that was.
I don't think he was saying
he wasn't even
anything to us.
thinking to us.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
yeah, no.
I'm just giving him a response.
Well, that's very kind.
yeah.
Dr. Angie, what a delight it is to see you here in Sydney again.
I've only been in Australia for 3 hours,
yeah,
and I'm
Yes.
You're doing
and I
very
feel so
well.
welcome.
You're so coherent for someone that's just flown across the world.
And you saw my mate Hugh Jackman in
I
Los
did.
Angeles.
I saw Hugh,
saw
Hugh
Hugh's
Jackman.
friend,
Yeah.
He
Hugh
was my
Jackman.
friend, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I saw Hugh Jackman. and-
Yeah, Huge Jackman. So
Jackman.
He's beautiful. I love him.
yeah,
Yes,
he's,
so anyway.
he's beautiful
So
in
you love
person
him?
too.
I love him.
I love him. You know, you're ambivalent.
He's a
I
nice
love
guy.
other actors more.
I mean,
Richard worked with him.
I worked with him briefly.
I've got
Oh,
love
we're
for
doing
everybody.
what?
I was in a movie called Australia.
Oh, yeah, I know
With
Australia.
Nicole
gosh,
Kidman and Hugh Jackman. And
yes.
yeah, he was there. And,
Yeah, I think he's probably sweet-natured.
yeah,
Seems-
he
he seems
seemed
to
quite nice guy. Yeah.
He's a
He was
nuts
very
boy.
nice to the people in the
He's,
lounge, and that,
School of
in my
Philosophy.
opinion, speaks
Yes.
more about a person's character.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's nice.
he was very nice to
Yeah.
the people in the lounge.
Yes, as
Yeah,
he should.
So
and
we'll
so-
try to be as nice.
And would he
wouldn't we?
be nice to his dog? That's the next
Oh,
question.
oh, surely. Yeah.
Sit down.
Weirdo.
But would he be as nice to the cockatoo? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been highly critical of the
cockatoos. I love
cockatoo. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Why Smart Women Skeptic Zone on the Mones
Zone, skeptic women.
combinatorial
Combinatorial.
podcast.
Toast pod.
Toast pod.
I love a good neologism.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, see,
There
that's
they go.
and that's goodbye from us.
And goodbye.
And goodbye from the cockatoos. And wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay well, keep your critical thinking hats on. See you later. Bye.
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 We take you back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Here's Maynard's spooky action at a distance.
Wow, look at this huge room of skeptics. And Richard Saunders, what are we doing here?
Oh, Maynard, I'm running around like crazy at the moment. It's a whole room full of tables. Each table has, 6, 7, 8, 9 people wrapped around it. And they're all playing different board games. This is the board meeting, and this is kicking off Nauticon.
Wow. And everyone seems pretty into it and pretty up for it. Like no one's looking, what am I doing here?
I can see some confused faces where they're trying to work out the games.
Look, I was really confused because every game that has been explained to me, I have never heard of.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good game. I just noticed on the table there, Scotland Yard. That's a very good game.
You just like the hat.
I like the hat.
You like wearing the Sherlock hat for
I
it.
do. But
So let's have a look at the ones that you could have possibly played here. Well, for a start, I'd be immediately drawn to Can't Stop, thinking it's a board game based on the Village People movie, but obviously not. There's there's that. Be Your Own Kitten, I find interesting. George, how come there's a game based on the Village People movie over there?
Where is? Oh, there it is. Yes.
Yes,
See.
Yeah.
Two of them. We have two copies.
I guess
Because that's how popular it
the
is.
goal is to mime best as you can to at a gay party in San Francisco, and you win.
Yeah, I think whoever can get their pants on and off the fastest is sort of that's part of the whole situation there. Yeah.
Wow.
I was just told Hegemony, which is this game here, is like based on monetary systems or something. I can't even fathom.
Yeah.
How do they come up with these games?
I mean, that seems like it would be hard to pick up quickly in a situation like today.
Exactly. We'll see. But these people, these SGU fans, they're pretty on the ball. I wouldn't put it past them. This is the board meeting. I mean, it's a very clever name for a bunch of very, very attractive people playing board games together, basically throwing dice and cards and more dice and more cards at each other, all in various different kinds of ways.
Okay. So what sort of range of games have we got? Have we got dominoes here?
I don't see any dominoes. I think, no, I played a game earlier called Dixit, which is sounds much sexier than it actually is, but it was sort of a storytelling game.
next to the strip poker game, was it?
Yeah, I think think Bob is running that thing on his own over there, but I think I'm telling everybody, as long as the house gets 10%, we're all happy, so it's all good.
And I was about to ask this person here what they were doing, but she's actually playing. What is this game we're looking at here, George?
What's this game called again? It's called Mild Mile, and the point is to get dizzy while looking at magical athlete cards. Yeah, that's just a very. Let's see when I read. So Sisyphus. Before my race, I take 4-point chips. When I roll a 5 from my main move, instead of moving, that's too complex.
Okay,
that is just. I need high time.
Okay, well, I get the idea. Well, I'll.
Predict what number I'll roll for my main move.
And how are you going in the game here today?
I've just had my first move, so it hasn't been long yet. We'll see.
You haven't had time to reach disaster yet.
No.
Well, I wish you luck.
I'm hoping I win here.
Maynard, do you have a favorite board game? Is there a game of yours you enjoy?
No, actually, when I thought board games, I was thinking like role play. Like back when I was in school, the African campaign and the Russian campaign, those war board games where you move across the map.
Yes, okay, yeah.
So this is all like a bit, yes, like a foreign language to me.
Absolutely.
And how do you know when you won? What is the object?
I've got no idea. It's my first time playing this.
Okay, well, good luck. I hope you find your object.
They're telling me what to do.
Okay, well, cool. So, what is the object of the game?
Well, so this is Darwin's journey. So this is replicating Darwin's journey through on the Beagle in the Galapagos. So you're looking back, he's trying to, going through in his mind how he came up with the theory of evolution. So you have workers going out and collecting samples. The Beagle's moving along and the ships are going with him. You've got workers going out and doing other things, establishing campsites, and all the while you're building knowledge with your players.
And who's winning so far?
We're still just about to start.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll leave you for the kickoff of the Beagle there.
Thank you.
Eat lots of lime. Okay. We've got Bob Novella, and who we got here?
Jim Davis.
Jim, now what is the object of the game you're about to start playing? Who knows it the best? Do you know, Bob?
The box just came over, so we all have no idea what this is about.
He's played it once. Oh, okay. What is the object of Azul?
It is to get as many points as you can by making patterns on the board.
Okay, well, so it's a graphic arts test in some way.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
We did play Pit first. We played a bunch of hands of Pit, which is basically, it's a card game where you try to corner the market in some commodity like sugar or oats or
methadone.
Yes, methadone.
Okay.
And so you're constantly trading with people, trying to get 9 of the same thing. So you corner the market, and when you corner the market, you hit the bell.
Wow.
So we
Maynard's bell.
So we played that, and that was kind of fun and fast.
Well, I'll leave you a bunch of capitalists too. We'll chat later, Bob. Good luck with it. Remember, you might have to have your pants down running around the table if you miss the shot.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's an Australian tradition he should know about. Well, I'm looking on, and there's someone who's been watching one of the board games you heard about earlier. They're all about the theory of evolution, Darwin's journey. Who have we got here?
Claire,
and you were just looking on at that game. It did look very complicated.
Very complicated. It's one of those games where if you put the work in first, you then get the enjoyment 5 hours later. So it's kind of, good for that kind of thing. I was kind of enjoying the exploration of the rules,
yes.
Which is weird, but actually enjoyable.
Look, there's a lot of games here I haven't seen before. Is there any other board games that you know as one of your favourites?
Yes, Skulls.
Ooh, Skulls. Okay, is it about archaeology? Is it about anthropology?
It's about the psychology of who's going to be the bastard of the game. You're reading minds, you're reading how people are putting a card down. Is it going to be a skull? Is it not?
Wow.
Yeah, it gets more fun the more you know the people who are around the table with you.
Right. So it's a bit like trying to have a poker face all the time, so you're trying to not look like you're putting something down. It's a bit like that.
100% correct, yes.
Wow. Okay.
With the added side effect that you've got to know how someone is looking to play. Will they put the skull down? Won't they?
Yeah. Are you any good at that one?
Kind of not. But I like watching people play, and I like playing in the middle of the pack kind of thing.
Because you're so flamboyant, you can't help giving it away. Hey, I've got a skull.
Oh, I know. I've just accepted that part of my personality, and I just kind of, go for the middle stroke there.
Thank you for listening to the Skeptic Zone, and thank you very much again for Darren and Peter for those wonderful gifts, which I still have here on the table. Can't wait to eat some cheese and look for some witches. Thank you to those people who contribute to the show at PayPal or Patreon or buy me a coffee at skepticzone.tv. Your contributions mean the show can keep going. Coming up on next week's show, the Trove segment returns, and I think we're going to be looking at the claim of psychometry. Psychometry, this is where you hold an object like this little axe, for example, and you get psychic vibrations, and you can tell things about the owner. And, of course, there will be more from Nauticon. In fact, this will be going over the next week's insights and interviews with various people from Nauticon, because what an amazing event it was. And congratulations to SGU and the crew. And a big shout-out to Lara Benham, who worked diligently and long hours to help make this such a success. Oh boy, I think I need a good lie down. But for this week, this is Richard Saunders signing off from Sydney, Australia.
You've been listening to the Skeptic Zone podcast. Please visit our website at www.skepticzone.tv for episodes and show notes with links going back to 2008. You can follow the Skeptic Zone on Facebook, X, TikTok and YouTube by clicking the links at our homepage, together with links to support the show financially via Patreon or PayPal. The Skeptic Zone is an independent production. The views and opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of the Skeptic Zone podcast or any other skeptical organisation.
Hello to those people who listen after the music. I'm just going to put my witch finder and my axe to the side here. What fun. It was so nice to meet so many Skeptic Zone fans at the convention. Right. So I have, this week, I've got a D6 dice. This is, for those people who don't know, this is where we roll a die. D6, six-sided, standard die. I've got a D20 here, but I think we'll stick to the D6 this week. And it's a chance for you to test your predicting power or your dumb luck. This dice comes to us courtesy of Squaring the Strange podcast with Celestia Ward and Ben Radford. Always worth a listen. If you're not a subscriber to Squaring the Strange, you should be. All right, I'm going to roll it 3 times, maybe 4. I'm going to predict in advance. Roll number 1, I'm going to predict a 5, otherwise known as the Susan Gerbic number. It's like there's something I coined called the Saunders number, which is 11%. And that is, if you have enough psychic predictions, roughly 11% will turn out to be more or less true, depending on how you interpret them. 5 is the Susan Gerbic number, because she always wants, well, maybe not once, but always predicts that will come up when we roll a die. Okay, roll number 2. 2 for 2. Roll number 3. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and put 5 again. And roll number 4, if we get to it, we probably will. I will predict a 6. There. Done. Written. Here we go. Roll number 1. It's a 4. Almost. I was predicting a 5. Roll number 2, I predicted a 2, and it is a 6. Okay. Roll number 3, I predicted 5, and what do we have? A 5. There we are, Susan. It's all true. There we go. The supplementary, I predicted a 6, and we have a 4. Today's winning numbers: 4, 6, 5, and 4.